Welcome back. Let's install the serverless framework so we can start playing around with Amazon Lambda and incorporate that feature of the badge system into our SmartBrain app. The first thing we need to do is run npm install serverless with the -g command. Now, -g is for global, and we've used it before. This gives us access to serverless throughout our entire computer, globally. So you might have to add sudo in front of this command to make sure that you have access to add a global package. Make sure you get your password right. And serverless is going to install for us. And like I said, serverless is going to take care of all the configuration on AWS for us. All we have to worry about is our own code and a little bit of YAML configuration that won't be too bad. So let me clear this and test out our command. Let's run serverless. All right, and it gives us a nice output of all the commands we can have. And it's actually quite nice. We see that we can run deploy, we can run create, we can run logs, all these different things to monitor our serverless application. For example, if we're interested in the command serverless create, we can also do --help and get more details about that command. And let me make this a little bit bigger. We see that, okay, it creates a new serverless service and it tells us what kind of options we can have. The spacing right now is a little bit off because I made the size of the text a little bit big, but it looks fairly nice and easy. We see that with the commands, we can do AWS, Node.js, ECMAScript, AWS Python, and have different templates to work off of. All right, let's clear this up. By the way, there's a shorthand version that you can use, which is SLS, so you don't have to type serverless over and over, which kind of gets exhausting after a while. Now, what we want to do here is simply write SLS create and give it a template. Or you can do -t as well. And we'll say that our template that we're going to use is going to be called AWS, and this I got from the help function that I just ran, called Node.js. I'm going to be running Node.js, so I can code in JavaScript. I'm going to press enter, and look at that. We get a nice little output, and we've successfully generated boilerplate template. You can see that on my desktop, I now have a getignore file, a handler.js, and a serverless YAML file. So let's open this up. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to put this inside of a folder just so it's a little bit cleaner. I'm going to make directory. We'll call this Rankly. And we have this little folder here that we can just move all our files into. That's a lot better. Let's just cd into our little Rankly app and open up Sublime Text and see what we can do here. All right, that's a lot better. Now, in here, we have our getignore file, which is pretty standard. We have handler.js, which, if we actually take a look, is the exact same function or similar to what we had on the AWS dashboard, the hello function, which takes an event, a context, and a callback. And we see that in here, our callback simply says callback, and we give a response of status 200 and a JSON that says go serverless and with the input event. So this is where we're going to be writing our event or our function. And then finally, we have the YAML file, and they have really, really good documentation here. And these are the configurations that you can have on AWS. And we'll go into that a little bit. But we see that so far we have unhighlighted that we're using AWS Node.js. The provider is going to be AWS. And we're using the runtime 6.10, which looks like we wanted the earlier version of, or the later version of Runly because on the dashboard we selected 8.10. So we might need to update that. Everything else, well, we see there's also functions. That is the hello, and the handler for it is handler.hello. Again, handler.js has the hello. We're going to go a little bit more into detail in the next video. I'll see you in that one. Bye-bye.